It's the Goodfellas podcast. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, man. I got my big bro with me, boxing first vlog. What's going on, brother?
Man, happy Father's Day to all the fellow boxing fans, and
Yes,
hope
sir.
everybody enjoyed the fight last night. The card was, you know what I mean. So, I really want to. I'm glad we hear that we could break it down, man. We're gonna try to make this a regular thing. That
Yeah.
Sunday boxing conversation. You know what I mean, and just try to wrap up the week and whatnot, being as though we both still busy. Trying to still take care of family and whatnot. So again. Happy Father's Day and salute to all the solid dads out there.
Couldn't have said it no better, man. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know what I'm saying? We don't get the true credit we deserve anyway. So we gonna take ours today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So big shout
I'm
out
gonna
to
go buy myself something for Father's Day.
Me too. Me too. If you in here, man, if you can hear us, man, definitely put something in the comment section. Put a one in the comment section. Let us know if you can hear us. All right. You know what I'm saying? Man, we had a OD versus worth of boxing yesterday. I don't know.
I'm a mute. That's why you come out.
Okay. We had fights in Puerto Rico. We had fights in the UK. Of course, we had the big tank card, pay-per-view card. We had a lot of just action. We had a lot of action. You know what I'm saying? Um, Blunt, I like where do you want to start? Like it's so much to cover. Like where do you want to start, bro? He might be still waiting for the traffic to die down before he jump back on. But it's so much boxing. I mean, you had, obviously the Tank Frank Martin fight. You had the Antoine Russell and Puello fight, which I definitely want to get Blunt's opinion on that because I think we had a little small conversation about that before that happened. Carlos Adames and Terrell Gausha. Mark Bixayo was um, on the prelims. Big shout out to Kyron Davis too, getting the upset over Elijah Garcia. That was a huge victory for Kyron. And I slipped on that because that line was like plus 900. Like, that's crazy. Brendan Smith in the building, man. Big shout out to Brendan Smith, man. Hold on. It's officially a party now. My man, the legend, my
What's
man
up?
VP Shane in the building, man. It is great to see you, bro. What's up with you?
It's great to see you. Where's Blunt? I ain't seen Blunt in
He's
here.
he's waiting for some traffic to go by. There you go.
Yeah. Wifey was pulling up, you know what I mean, with my Father's Day gift.
Hey, bro.
What's
Listen.
up, Blunt? I ain't seen you in a long time. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, my guy? How you feeling?
Man.
How you feeling? What it do?
Bro. It's good to see you. I'm glad to see you.
Hey,
man,
Shane.
I'm happy too. You see me smiling over here,
Yeah, we all
Air
happy
to
as
air,
hell.
bro. Air to air.
Hey, Shane, where are we starting? We got plenty to cover. Like, where are we starting? Where you want to start?
I mean, for me, I think there's only one place to start, and that's Tank.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Let's get it. Let's get into it. First, vlog. Like, what was your thoughts on the fight? What was your thoughts on the fight, bro?
My thoughts on the fight is it went as expected. Now, to just critique the boy Martin a little bit, his movement was there.
Your joint going in and out, bro.
But bro, at some point you got to give your body a rest.
His joint cutting in and out. Yo, come out and come back in, bro. All right, text him.
But
hold on, I'm gonna text him real quick.
Can't you just kick him out and bring him back in?
Okay. Yeah, because he's straight frozen. Yeah. Like, what was your thoughts on the fight, bro?
I'm sorry about that, bro.
No, you good. You good.
In terms of my thoughts, I'll be honest, bro. Funny because I what I saw is what I expected. I expected Frank Martin to start quite fast. Tank is a historical slow starter, you know, and until you put something on Tank to stop him walking you down, you're gonna. It's just a matter of time. The issue that Frank Martin had was he didn't make Tank work when he wanted to rest. You know, Tank's gonna let off a
Right.
combination power shot, and then he's gonna take a breather. He's gonna walk you down, put his high guard up. Those are the times where you gotta work, but because he's so afraid of the counter shot, and let's be honest, Tank is probably the best timing and counter punching ability in the sport right now. Because he's so afraid of that, he was afraid to let Tank work when he wanted to rest. But for me, is a thing where some fighters have to be comfortable attacking going back. You know, some fighters are
Yeah.
great at attacking, moving backwards. You know, you think about someone like Ali, he can walk you onto any shot he wants. You
Yeah.
know, like you can pressure this dude, but he's gonna he's gonna walk you into shots. Frank Martin just doesn't have that ability. And when he didn't have that ability, when Tank's putting that high guard up, and you're just biding your time, because the truth is, Frank Martin' biggest mistake was he should have been hitting in between. I mean, after Tank's power punch. As soon as Tank throws that power punch, brace yourself for the shot, shoot straight back. Because here's the thing: it's almost impossible to shoot two power shots at the same time from the same hand.
Right.
Gotta
Right.
reset. So the moment he throws that left hand, you gotta throw your left hand straight away. Do you get what I'm saying? But he just didn't have the confidence to do that. Because remember, no, I mean you gotta throw your right hand straight away, sorry, because it's southpaw
Right.
orthodox.
Right.
If you're
Right.
if you are orthodox, you gotta throw the right hand straight away. Because you're southpaw, you gotta throw that lead right hand straight away, and he wasn't doing that, and he just doesn't have the ability. You know, it's like what you always say, asking someone to go um with tools that they don't have. You know, and
Right.
he don't have that ability to do that.
You good? Yeah. You good now, Blunt?
Yeah, man. You know how that Wi-Fi shit is, man.
Yeah. How's your what was your thoughts on the fight, bro?
But I thought, like I was saying, man, I thought the fight went as planned. But what I'm gonna say real quick is a little bit too much movement from Martin. At some point, you got to sit down and use your upper body as defense, absorb some punches the way Tank was doing, and you know what I mean, how Tank just covered up, let Martin get off a lot of a lot of unlanded punches, even though it looked like Martin was being offensive. None of that really was scoring and hurting and making a difference in the fight. But at the same time, you got to give your lower half a rest. Sit down, use your upper body, some shoulder movement, push him off. A little bit too much grabbing, tiring yourself out. So there's other defensive options that he could have used that he didn't use to keep the power puncher at bay while still getting his offense off. He was looking to land too many combinations instead of pot shotting himself. He could have stood still, pot shotted, shoulder rolled, covered up, pushed off, sidestep. He kind of just used it outside of the ring too much, got cornered, slowed down. It just kind of went, like I said, as expected. So
Right.
that being said, that's my takeaway from Martin. My takeaway from Tank is Brody. You can't keep eating all of that shit just to land, homie. At some point, you're going to turn into an Arturo Gotti style power puncher. You're going to start really being a body bag of a target,
But but
stationary. You know what I mean? You go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you a question, Blunt. I don't want to cut you off. I want to ask you a question so you can continue. Do you think that's why he's
Go
so?
ahead. Use cut. Fuck.
You probably a little slower.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Go ahead.
Cool, I'm gonna finish my sentence. Basically, do you think that's why Tank's so cautious about fighting guys who are bigger than him?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
can hear you.
he
Yeah, I can hear you. Go
historically
ahead.
he
I
historically
can hear you. Go ahead.
put a rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia. Blunt, you're way out of sync. But
Yo,
yeah,
you got to come out or come back in, bro. Your joint out of sync. I'm at to take him off. I'm at to take him off.
but do you think that? Do you think that personally?
Yeah, I think
because
so.
the style that he has, you know, you can't really see it moving up weight classes. You know how they say Inoue could move up and fight Tank? I don't think he can, but he's got a style that's good for moving up a weight class. Tank, you can't see him moving up to 47 and fighting a boots
Nah,
because his
nah.
style, he does take too much shots, and at a certain weight class, that's where you're gonna meet your match. Do you think that's why he's so cautious about having Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia have a rehydration clause?
Yeah, I think so, bro. I think so because I think he fights like that because he knows that eventually he's gonna get to these guys. Like he has better beef type power at 135 pounds.
Hmm.
The difference is, at light heavyweight, you got guys that's 190, 200 pounds trying to take that power. You got guys that's like 140 trying to take that power. It's just physics. Like you just can't handle that type of power. And I think that's why he fights the way he fights. Like he
I,
can't
I,
do that. He can't do that at a higher
weight
weight
class.
class. He just can't. Like it's and then you have some guys that's great at a weight class, and then you wonder if their fighting style can translate
Up.
one weight class, two
Like
weight
like
classes up.
like someone like Boots, you can see his weight, his style translating up. You know, his style can translate up. Tank's biomechanics one isn't good for a higher weight class because he's just genetically quite short and small.
Yeah, you short,
But
right?
even if he was to fill out, he would fill out and lose speed, fill out and lose explosiveness. Whereas like someone like Ryan, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, they have a much larger frame where their body can move up the weight classes. But even more importantly, specifically someone like Teofimo Lopez, where their style can translate up the weight classes. You know, it can
Mhm.
move up the weight class, and Tank, I don't think he has that. But what my point, I just think when it comes to Tank, I just think it's a matter of time before Tank needs to start fighting an elite fighter. You know, we need to start seeing Tank fighting elite fighters. I mean, this is his sixth consecutive fight in a row where he hasn't fought an active world champion. That's his sixth consecutive fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean we definitely going to talk about that. Brennan Smith, he said I got my tickets to the TC fight. That's what's up. That's a monster ass card, bro. Monster card. He said I want Tank versus Loma now. We going to get to that in a second. We going to get to that in a second, my man. The change locations. I'm talking about. Mic check, mic check.
But yeah, Blunt, what's your opinion on that before you go any further?
I didn't hear shit, man. I had to come in the house, bro. My fucking, it's my bad, bro. I hate this tech shit. I
Hold on, let me run
miss.
through these questions real quick, and then Shane,
Yeah,
you can ask him the question
yeah.
you asked him earlier. L Dub the plug in the building. Big shout out to you, bro. He said, "What's good?" Ghost, my man, Ghost, what's up? He said Tank versus Loma is going to be one of the best fights. Ghost also said Tank versus Loma and Morel versus Benavidez. Please, Tank by knockout, Morel by knockout. Two retirements that night. I don't know if I agree with that.
Nah.
Um, Jose Vasquez, what's going on, bro? Big shout out to you. J.O. said the old crew is back. Salute, fellas. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Yeah, big shout out to all the fathers out there, man. Happy Father's Day to
I
everybody.
ain't a father yet, but you
Yeah,
know.
I know. But the way my man Shane be rolling, brother.
Hey, what they
J.O.
say? Soon come now. Soon come now.
Yeah.
Trust me.
J.O. said tank pressure was suffocating last night. Also, Kyron Davis showed up and derailed the hype train. Elijah Garcia. We're gonna get into that too.
Yeah,
We're gonna get into
definitely.
that too. Naima, what's going on? Say happy Father's Day. Thank you, thank you. Tommy Dokes, Tank weighed in at 133. If Anui moves up to 126, do you think Tank versus Anui at
Impossible.
130 is possible?
Impossible. Impossible.
Nah, I don't think so. But Brennan said, do people believe that Haney can take on Boots or Toe?
Tio.
T.O.
I think so, but not Boots, but Tio. I think so.
Yeah, T.O. Yeah. But let's run through it. So Shane, ask Blunt the question you was gonna ask him, and then Blunt just go ahead and respond to that.
So Blunt, you were talking about the style that he fights, and you were talking about the Otoro Gatti style, having to take punches to move forward. And obviously, someone like Frank Martin, he just didn't have the punch power or the punch repertoire to hurt him. Do you think this is why? It's a two-part question. Do you think this is why Tank makes such a conscious effort on having rehydration clauses on fighters who are bigger than him? And do you think his fighting style will translate up the weight classes?
I think it caps him at 140. His style caps him at 140 for sure. 147 is a stretch, maybe a big fight. Probably later in his career, he could pull it off just based on, being a little bit older, 35 years, something like that. Kind of hard to stay in that 135, 140 range. He could pull off a 147 one timer type of thing, but nothing to kind of push and be
Do
the
you think that's
undisputed
why?
champ.
Do you think that's why he then puts rehydration clauses on fighters? So
I yes, because the bully game will go from 80, 90% to his favor to more of a 40, 50%. You know what I mean? Based on the people having that extra weight, that's just going to be harder for him to push around. You know what I mean? And to be able to just punch through, because weight gives you a certain amount of defense also. You know what I mean? Being able to absorb power from guys. So I think, like I said, 140 a cap him, and his style, he definitely has to be very choosy with the opponent that he fights. Continuing down the road, Lomas, you can get away with it. The Haney's, you can get away with it. Maybe some of the younger studs that maybe aren't on the landscape right now, but you might not be able to escape some of these younger guys coming up within the next 4 to 5 years that can stand in front of you and go bang for bang with you.
Blunt, you know what's funny? Because a lot of people say Inoue move up to fight Tank. We're talking about 122 to 135, which is just under 9 pounds, just over full 15 pounds, or just under 15 pounds. Sorry. No one says Tank move up and fight a Boots or Crawford. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you hear people say Inoue move up. You hear people say
it's more natural for the smaller guys to kind of easily adapt to the upper weights than it is a smaller guy to move up and adapt to the upper weights, because Tank is a smaller guy by nature. So for him to adapt to the upper weights is a lot different than a new way to put on 8 pounds and go up a couple weight divisions and take a superstar fight. And that's all it'll be about. It wouldn't be about a new way now. He's the new guy at 135 or anything of that nature. It'd just be about that fight in itself at that division. So I you know what I mean? It makes sense as a boxing fan, as an event, but as to say, okay, a new ways now, he's going to be taking on the tail. What's the young Puerto Rican? Go ahead.
But why will people see? This is the thing. I feel like with Tank, and I'm a big Tank fan, but I feel like
because Tank doesn't have the frame to move up to 130 to 147 and take on the Boots. He can't.
Do you think Inoue has the frame to move up? Do you think?
Yes, he does have, because he's still on the younger side. He's a muscular dude, and I'm sure he walks around closer to 140 than he does to a 130. So he can easily drop a couple pounds, get in boxing shape, 6-week camp, and sustain that weight, eating right, and be able to carry it for a fight, for a super fight. I think anybody of that caliber could definitely train themselves for that type of fight.
Hey, Blunt, comment section. Tommy Dokes actually stole my thought. I'm gonna read it. He said, Inoue don't have to move up to 135, just 130. Inoue can absolutely be at 126 right now. I do think Inoue has a cap too. It's just, you know how it is, like just in boxing.
No, that's what I said. I don't want y'all to get me wrong. It makes sense for a one-time event, just like how Roy Jones went up to heavyweight and took for that opportunity to fight the
I feel what you're saying. Ruiz.
Yeah, Ruiz. So for that one time, it made sense. Not to say Roy Jones now going to be fighting all these elite heavyweights. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But for a one-time situation, yes.
Okay. No, that's fair. No, that's fair. That's definitely fair. As far as Frank Martin, I really wanted to touch on something you said. You said with Frank, he was doing a little too much movement. It really just watching the fight, probably after round maybe three, I was like, yeah, I was like, by the ninth round, he's gonna be
But
toast.
but Jeff, you brought up a good point. That's not just Frank Martin though.
Correct.
His last six fights, none of the fighters Tank's fought is comfortable in reverse. None of them. Whether it's
Yeah.
Pitbull Cruz, whether it's Rolly, Ryan, Frank, none of them fighters are comfortable in reverse. When
Let me say this too, real
he
quick.
ain't fought none of them.
That style that he fought was not a style that, to me, was reminiscent of somebody trying to win a world title. You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
Like, let's just say he made it the distance. Let's just say it went the distance. You gonna really tell me that style won the fight, and now you recognize that style, that fight, that dude that won that fight as a world champion? I can't say you can win it on the back foot like
No,
that.
but I don't think he done it by choice.
No, but
Right.
I get it. That's not, it wasn't his choice. So again, that not being your choice and you still having to fight that way, is you already against the fence trying to win a world title.
Of course.
yeah,
But we saw that from round one. Like it was just a matter of the writing was on the wall from round one. But my
yeah,
argument is it comes down to this. In my mind, I'm just gonna say my opinion. This is proving my point even further. Tank will never fight a fighter who's comfortable going in reverse. That walk down style that he tries to walk fighters down and walk fighters onto punches. If a fighter's comfortable in reverse, like a guy who's comfortable moving back and throwing shots off the back foot, if someone like a Shakur Stevenson who's naturally negative and naturally moving back, I'm not saying Shakur will beat Tank because I think Tank beat Shakur, but it's just a much tougher fight. Him getting Rolly to walk onto a punch, or Ryan to walk onto a punch, or Martin to walk onto a punch is because those guys are just not defensively responsible. None of them are. And
yeah.
he chooses those fighters specifically. He does not choose fighters who have a style. It's almost like
But
Canelo.
I think it's not his fault at this time. We just don't. It's not anybody on the landscape at 135 or 140 who currently has the boxing style and power to overtake this guy right now. You know what I
No,
mean? So
I would say 35. I would say 35 for sure. If he's
35
gonna
and
come
40,
in,
man. If you
if
look
he's
at
gonna
40,
if he's
no,
gonna come in,
look at 40. Tell me.
no, well, 35. If Tank is, look at it this way, if Tank is gonna come in at 133.8, I've never seen Tank look that good at a weigh-in. I've never seen him
never,
look that good at a
never.
weigh-in. If he's gonna continue to come in at 133.8 and he's okay with not testing himself, there's nobody at 35 that's gonna check him. He's gonna be able to do that style for years to come. If we're talking about 40, if we're talking
No,
about
but
40,
even at 35, bro, the reason why I disagree with that is because you're saying that based on the fact that Tank fights B-level fighters. That's what you're saying. You're saying that on a base.
No. I'm
If he,
saying no.
if
Hold on.
he,
I'm no. Now, if you're rating everybody at B level, then that's what the level of the game is right now.
no,
That's
bro,
not,
because Lomachenko is not B-level. Shakur Stevenson is not B-level.
bro. Lomachenko do not have the power to stand there and do no serious damage to
But he has
Tank.
the footwork. He has the
Man,
footwork and the
and
activity.
okay,
And
bro.
Frank Martin doesn't.
So you telling me Lomachenko is a young 40? This dude damn near 40
No, but
as a boxing age in a wear and tear. This dude cannot.
I'm not saying Lomachenko will beat Tank, but here's my point. Frank Martin is not the best available opponent. No one can tell me that, bro. No one can tell me Frank Martin is the best available opponent.
No, but it's a situation where as though you got to make a fight. You're gonna keep it in house. It's his first fight coming back. You're not gonna do too much fishing, trying to get the big names from across the pond. Too much negotiation. Already so much time has went by with his personal shit and everything he went through off the
But this has been the
outside
case
the
for
ring.
the last 6 fights, though, This has been the case for him for the
But
last 6
that's how
fights.
most boxing goes. They keep these fights in-house, so his opportunities are in-house. It makes business sense, and he's still winning. So at the same time, that doesn't escape the question that even across the pond, there's nobody with the style that could beat him.
No,
Even
but
across the street.
we don't
Blunt.
know. We don't know.
Hey, Blunt. Outside of Loma, what's another option for him at 35? That's
Shakur
legit.
Stevenson.
Shakur for sure. Shakur for sure. But for Shakur is, to me, I'm telling you, it don't seem like it's a mega fight.
I get that. I agree with that. But here's the thing, bro. This is the thing. Yeah. I can make this same argument that you're making in 175. I could have made that same argument of 175 about Beterbiev. But here's the difference. Beterbiev cleaned out the division, so I don't have to make the theory. I know the practical. I can pull up the video right now. You
Yeah,
can't
I
tell
get.
me. You can't
Okay,
tell
just
me.
because he hasn't cleaned out the division doesn't mean the division isn't there to be cleaned out.
No, but I'm not gonna give someone credit before they get it. You gotta show me. Show me that you can knock out Loma. Show me that you can knock out Shakur.
I think that man is showing you he can knock out
No,
anybody that gets
no.
in there 135, probably 140.
That's theory. That's theory, bro. That's
That's like saying that Deontay Wilder can't get in there with any heavyweight and have the ability to knock them out. That's not
anyone
being
has
realistic.
the ability to do that. Anyone has the ability to knock someone out, but I'm more.
No. We talking about based on what we know. We can't say your neighborhood welder who's 235 pounds can get in there and knock out Deontay Wilder. We don't know that because we've never seen dude knock out anybody.
Cool. Let me ask you a question. Let me rephrase the question, Blunt. If Tank retires now, does he go down in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
How many world champions has he beaten?
To me, that don't matter.
That don't matter. The fact that he doesn't fight elite fighters don't matter. That doesn't matter.
He's fighting the elite fighters at that time, just like you saying.
But he hasn't because the best fighters in that weight class are Shakur and Lomachenko.
Okay, that's not saying he's already. Hold up, he's already locked into a 6-fight deal, so he has to start fighting these guys. He's not going backwards. He's not going backwards. We already know PBC roster is not that deep at 135. So again, either he's going to take 140 fights on PBC, or he's going to start accepting the guys from across the street and just mopping these dudes.
The fair that I have is Tank has elite talent. No one could ever question that. He has elite talent. Right. He don't have an elite resume. Let's keep it real. He was in an era, and he's still in an era.
Okay, all right. Answer me this. And hold on. You got a question. So is Deontay Wilder going down in history?
He has 10 world title defenses.
Okay, Tank is a three division world champion.
No, he's not. He's a two division world champion, and he's only beaten one world champion. He won a vacant belt. He didn't beat the world champion to get it. He won a vacant strap. He's beaten one world champion.
Again, if he got the belt, he got the belt. I don't care if they walked it to his house, they emailed it to him. He's still the world champ. So that's 3 division world champ.
Two. He wasn't a world champion at 140. He was not a world champion at 140.
So what was that? A regular? That was
interim.
So the fight with Barrios? I thought that was a world title.
Remember, Josh Taylor was undisputed. He had all 4 belts at the time.
He did with his sandbagging ass. He hot garbage to me, man. I don't have no respect for that.
And you know what, bro? You know what, Blunt? It's so funny, Jeff. The video is still on Jeff's channel. When I asked Taylor, would he fight Tank? He said he will fight Tank when Tank won that interim title. Do you remember that, Jeff?
Correct.
So he actually did say he would fight Tank when Tank won that interim belt.
Big shout out to Ty Finney, the legend, man. I was with him last night. Big shout out to you, bro. What's up with you?
Salute.
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Happy Father's Day if you done planted seed.
Happy Father's Day to everybody, man. Salute to the team. Good.
Yeah. I felt Blunt take shots at me, bro.
Yo, listen. Yo, the thing about Tank, let me kind of ask this question and kind of bring everything back to the center. If Tank beats Lomachenko and he beats Shakur next 2 fights, Blunt, what are we talking?
we already got him going down in the record books because first of all, his knockout ratio puts him there. Okay. His knockout ratio puts him there, dude. That to me is legendary status. Against recognizable names. Let's just not say he's not out here fighting taxi cab drivers.
Yeah, that's fine.
I give you that.
He's knocking out recognizable names. Guys that have accomplished a certain amount in their own right. He just knocked out an undefeated fighter.
Facts. And here's the thing with Tank that makes it kind of difficult to evaluate him, because when you look at Tank, when it comes to like physical talent and just pure ability in the ring, I haven't seen many like him. The power guys are not supposed to be able to fight on the back foot. The power guys is not supposed to be able to slip and dip off punches. They not supposed to be slipping and countering and shit like that. Tank can do all of that stuff. Like all of that stuff.
Someone with such short arms can land at such a high percentage.
Yeah.
At Tank any distance as well.
And I'm like, I know Tank is on nobody's pound for pound list or anything like
that. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. You don't want to see my pound for pound list.
I don't want to see your pound for pound list.
Man, my shit is elite. My shit is elite, bro. I'm trying to tell you, there's no question about my pound for pound list. Now, where you rank them, that's up to the pundits. But my list is there and it's accurate.
Blunt has a history of pound for pound list that'll make you throw your coffee across.
Man, you are disrespectful to my boxing knowledge. I take that. Boy, you tripped me in the hallway. I don't like it.
I know for a fact. I know one person who's in his pound for pound top 5. I know for a fact, and that's Boots. I know. For a fact.
Okay. That's.
But he's not in my pound for pound top 5.
What the?
But it's like if you.
Can I 1 second, Jeff?
I
base my pound for pound list on who you've beaten. One thing to just piggyback on what Jeff was saying. Here's the thing, yeah. Elite talent from Tank, 100%. But here's the thing. If that's the case, I'm going to judge Tank based on the fighters who are around him. And for me, I see Teofimo Lopez become undisputed. I see unified champion. I see Devin Haney become undisputed. I seen Devin Haney fight 2 legitimate world champions in Lomachenko and Regis Prograis back-to-back in the same year. I see that. My argument to that is, if he can do it and he's a worse fighter than you, because that's what Devin Haney, that's what Tank will say. If he's a worse fighter than you, why is he fighting better fighters? That would be my argument.
Can I say this? His pay level is different than a Devin Haney. Devin Haney was willing to take lesser money to become recognized for his boxing ability and take that opportunity, take that chance to say his boxing ability is better. So I'll take less pay to show you in the ring. Tank is like, I've already shown you in the ring. Now pay me. And these dudes that want to fight, they know they the B-side.
Facts. Everybody knows they're the B-side against Tank, just like Canelo. But we're not going to run around and say...
but are they willing to take that B-side money to go out there and get knocked the fuck out? That's the question. You not asking them that. You saying, well, these guys have been fighting each other and interacting with each other. Yeah, they willing to take that money because you know why a lot of them dudes are not going out there looking to get killed in front of their family.
No, that's a point. But we also are looking in a world where Tank don't offer nobody a fight unless they're with PBC. Let's just keep it real, bro.
We understand, but PBC is not in control of their own, say, with Showtime and them being on the same side of the table. Now, Prime is on the other side. Prime ain't with that, okay, we gonna keep running through these repeated fights and motherfucking streaming the fights and bootlegging this shit. We ain't with that. We gonna have to go across the street and make these big fights to make what we done gave y'all valuable. You're not dealing with Showtime no more. You know what I mean? Showtime was basically PBC cousin. So you got two cousins like, yeah, always agreeing. So come on now, we talking about a different entity. And the way that shit was bootlegged yesterday, Prime ain't having that. Prime like, oh yeah, we definitely gonna lock this down for sure. So I guarantee you the next Tank pay-per-view, you won't see it bootlegged the way it was.
Yeah, I watched that on the ground.
I mean, that That's funny, Jeff. That's fine. That's fine. I just hope. And again, I have nothing negative to say about Tank other than the level of opponents that he chooses. And I say he chooses because he's following this. It's Mayweather because he like other than Frank Martin, a lot of the guys he fights are Hispanic or Latino, and obviously he knows that they sell. But they also come with a style that, for one, just doesn't have a great defense. Tank hasn't fought one fighter who can defend himself. I haven't
Can I
seen
ask
one
you?
fighter that he's
Can I
fought
ask
that
you a
can defend
question?
himself.
Is that like something you blame a fighter for being strategic? Because we,
Yes.
first of all, we talking about their life. So you being strategic with your life is not intelligent. I think that's
No,
very smart.
no,
And
because
at the same time, you're still putting on very entertaining bouts.
the reason why I can't do that, the reason why I can't do that is because we have three fighters in the sport called the New Age Usyk and Crawford who are willing to go in there with anyone and beat anyone.
Let's be serious. Crawford has a similar resume to a Tank. If you want to say recognizable names, legendary guys. Yeah, I mean, come on, Green
I
Machine.
I got this one.
What's the
I
African dude
I
name that he beat at
I
140?
I got this one.
Come on, I'm
A
just saying his
blunt
resume ain't
a
as far
a
as
blunt
name wise. You
blunt.
talking about name
I'm
wise?
no. I'm with you. I'm with you about 90%. But here's where it stops though. Crawford went and seen Spence. He went and seen him. We're waiting
Okay,
for Tank to have
Tank
that
just
same
went and
moment
seen
though.
Garcia. He just went and seen Garcia.
But
He
Garcia's
just
never
went
won a
and
Garcia,
world
seen.
title. Garcia's never
Garcia
won
is
a
not.
world
I'm gonna
title.
tell you the difference though. The
Never ever won
Garcia
a
is
world
not.
title.
Garcia is not a top dog in the division. He's just a popular fighter.
Man,
Okay,
But
that
Blunt, you know,
makes you a
Blunt,
top
you know
dog.
that though.
That
Blunt, but you
makes
know
you a
that though.
top,
alright, cool.
bro. But
Blunt,
that makes you a top dog.
blunt.
No, it
That
doesn't.
Before
automatically make.
No, it doesn't.
How it doesn't?
before
How it
blunt.
doesn't?
Doesn't make you a
Okay,
top
no, wait
If
dog.
1 second. Blunt. When Crawford fought Spence, he was a unified champion. Plus, he was on everyone's pound for pound list. When Tank saw Ryan's best win was Luke Campbell. Let's keep it real. His best win was Luke Campbell, and he wasn't on anyone's pound for pound list. He was on no one's pound for pound list. My question to you is: who did Tank fight that was on anyone's pound for pound list at the time of fighting? Who
Eastside Cruz
was on a pound for pound list
undefeated,
when he fought Cruz? Cruz was on a pound for pound list when he fought Cruz. Not now. I'm
he
talking about
had
when he fought Cruz.
at least in the division, he was
No,
on the
I'm talking
pound for
about
pound.
pound for pound.
Uh,
Talking about pound for
I'm gonna
pound.
give you that, but that's why I say he hasn't fought in the legendary names. He's fought in the recognizable names. But at the same time, you giving me one for Crawford when Tank still has the ability to fight the legends like a Loma, to
I
I
fight
agree.
know.
the
I
I
know.
agree.
current prospect, head standout prospect in the Stevenson, or current, I wouldn't call him a prospect, just current, world champion type of guy in the Stevenson. He still has that coming. We know he has 6 fights. So there's no avoiding what you're talking about.
Bro,
But
I
at
hope
the
in six
same
fights
time,
time
what
you're
I'm
right.
saying to you is none of them dudes are going to beat him. So why not give him the accolades that he deserves already when you
Nah,
know
I can't do that.
Loma does not have the power to beat
I
him?
can't do that.
Stevenson's chin will not stand up to any of that. Man, you talking? They said Brick City. Man, that shit is a cobblestone, homie. This motherfucker out there throwing cobblestones with that
But
left hand, homie. I'm trying to told you.
you know what, bro? You're so right because I actually picked Tank to beat Loma and I picked Tank to beat Shakur. However, I can't give you that credit until I see it. And you're
I
right.
get all right.
I hope in 6 fights time we're seeing Tank fight Shakur and Loma and all of those guys. But until I see it, bro, because you know what, bro? My boxing eye has failed me so many times. I thought Devin was gonna cook Ryan. I was wrong. I thought for the life of me Wilder was gonna beat Zhang. I was wrong.
But hold
So,
up, how
bro,
can now stop? Now that you brought up that Devin and Ryan situation, that leads. I gotta get this off my chest. Where do we blame the trainer for the issues? Why are we not saying that fight was just a farce when this dude has failed multiple tests? The trainer has seemed to be not. Nobody brought that shit up. He would have never escaped me if I was in that goddamn media crowd. Hey, say, bro, where was you at when your man was shooting up all that bullshit?
Who you talking about, Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
yeah, he's talking about Derek James.
So, all right.
And
That
can I
was
say
his.
just before Jeff says this, Ryan Garcia is out of that Eddie Reynoso camp as well, and everybody in that camp was on juice. Everyone's pop dirty in that camp. But continue, Jeff.
Yeah. As far as Derek James, if you think about it, Derek James never really had that issue really. So whatever he was doing, he probably was doing it outside of the camp. He was probably
That's
doing it
still your
outside
guy,
the camp.
man. That's still
Yeah,
your guy, man.
but he only that was his first fight with Derek James, right? But
That's like saying, oh, okay, I worked at Subway. This is my first week, but I'm spitting on motherfucking sandwiches and Subway and some way not liable.
well,
You
the
still
thing about
liable.
that, I'll take your example and run with it. If that Subway never had an issue in 10 years and that one person walks in there and all of a sudden there's stuff on people's sandwiches, it's the person.
I agree with you, but does that not make Subway still liable?
Yeah, it makes them
They
liable.
hired the person.
So
You did business with that dude without
so
checking his
hold on.
resume, checking
So
his
what
background.
what are you
Here's the
saying
difference.
about Derek James?
That Derek James is doing bad business. That's bad business.
So hold on. So Derek James has done business for probably about what 15 years, Shane?
So if you do
If,
bad business, you ain't
no,
supposed to point it out.
but listen, if that's like we done did 150 shows, right? If we had one bad show, is it a bad show? Or do we have a
Okay.
bad episode?
Better question, or a better analogy, a better analogy, Blunt. Let's say, let's say someone hits up Jeff and says, Jeff, I want to jump on a live stream for one show, and he jumps on a live stream for one show, and eventually, let's say after we find out this guy was a pedophile or something, what was Jeff to blame because he had him on his channel? Like, bro,
At
what?
the yeah. You know why? Because you gotta do your homework. You can't just be interacting and rocking with people just cause. You know what I mean? You got to know who you rocking with. You
It's
got to
very
know.
difficult, bro. It's very difficult nowadays.
Not in this era. Not in this. When we already know who he was running with. You know what I mean? That Reynoso pack is infamous. I mean, he man, bro.
But it's not
That's
a
true.
Derek
That's
James
true.
pack though. You talking like it's a Derek James pack?
But
That's the
Derek
Reynoso
James,
pack.
okay. But Derek James allowed the pack to be sent to the goddamn facility.
Hey, listen, let me go here with you. So if that's the case, then you're telling me everybody that's on snack is doing bad business. That's including the Charlos. Be careful with your answer.
But snack is yeah, I mean snack is kind of two-faced at the same time. So I get what you're saying, but nobody's popping dirty on snack to that extent of it's not working. You know what I mean?
But you know,
It's
Ryan
like
Garcia was on snack, right?
No, I don't know about that. I
yeah,
don't
I
know
gotta
about
look
that.
that one up. I gotta
I've,
find that one
I've
out
seen him.
because I ain't really seen him. I haven't
maybe
seen him repping that. I ain't
maybe
seen
he
him
was
repping
rocking
that.
free merchandise. I can get you a picture of Ryan
I've
with a
seen a
snack shirt
picture
on.
with him snack shirt on, but I don't know for that camp he was in snack because him and what's that guy's name? Everybody knows who I'm talking about, bro. The guy who runs snack now. The
You
guy who
talking
hates
about
Eddie Hearn.
Victor Conti?
Victor Conte. Victor Conte and Ryan Garcia had a public outburst as soon as he got popped dirty. Like, and Victor Conte has almost detached himself from Ryan Garcia entirely. Like, if you go on his Twitter right now, every 5 minutes he's just tweeting about Ryan Garcia and how Ryan Garcia popped dirty. So I don't know about that.
Bro,
Well,
I don't know how
he might
people
have
are
been rocking
still.
free merchandise then. I
How is
definitely
he
seen him
still
on
at
snack.
these events? Why is he screaming out rematch? My dude, stop it, bro. I'm hurt by the whole situation of that. Not just for Devin Haney, but for the sport, bro. Because that just taints what these dudes is out there doing, bro.
It's a damn shame. What Ryan Garcia has done is a damn shame. And the truth is, bro, like, one thing we know about boxing is a very forgiving sport. It's almost too forgiving. And in my
I,
opinion, I think Ryan Garcia at no stage has he ever has it ever been held accountable for what he's done? And that's just unfortunate.
Because Haney's not going to be the same fighter, bro. Like, let's just keep it a stack. Like, he's not going to be the same fighter
We
after
don't know.
that
We
type.
don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
If no, you know what, Jeff, I semi agree with you, but at the same time, when you got that to support to
Yeah, I'm gonna say
reinforce your mental position where you at mentally, you can, what the fuck? Oh, so he really wouldn't have done that. Oh, okay. I think
That's
it
why
kind
had a
of, you
reason
know what
for
I
why
mean?
he lost.
It helps him. You still affected. You got knocked out. That's still gonna hurt you, but
So I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that. The reason I said that is because Devin Haney went into every single fight and he was like, every person I get in the ring with, I'm gonna be able to outbox and outclass each and every person.
He did, but he did outbox and outclass Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. At the end of the day, how his fights get judged now, that his fights is gonna get judged unfairly. When before he would box for 3 minutes and get the round easy. Now, going forward, if he boxes the same way, they may give another guy the round because he's just
No,
throwing
but
more shots.
here's the
nah,
thing. But here's the thing, bro. He
I
didn't lose
disagree.
that fight boxing. He lost that. If you watch the start of that seventh round, go watch the start of that seventh round. I advise everybody to do this. He's walking forward. He's walking Ryan Garcia forward. In my opinion, and I say this, with PEDs or without PEDs. If you watch the first round after Devin gets caught with that punch, and he starts to box round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. On the unofficial scorecards, after 6 rounds, Devin Haney was 5-1 up. On the unofficial scorecard, he was 5-1 up. If he continued to box like that in the second half of the fight, in my opinion, he still wins that fight. It's not until we start to walk forward and try to walk Ryan Garcia down, that's when, because for me, the coach who I blame more than anyone is Bill Haney. Bill Haney, if you listen to the corner instructions, it's time to go get it. It's time to go get it. You're winning the round 5-1 on the unofficial scorecard. On my official score, it was 5-1. Ryan Garcia was not walking Devin Haney down. Watch round 2. I'll advise everybody, please go and do it. I'm not just watch the
I
first.
agree. You know, you're right. You're right. He did walk into that damage.
And then from that moment, he weren't the same. From that round 7, he was not the same.
But was that damage? Would that damage have been there without the substitutions, without the assistance? That's my thing. That's where I'm at.
Going to be a question. That's
going to be a question. But here's my point. Here's my point to you, Blunt. If Devin continued to box off the back foot like he done in 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, do you think Ryan would have even had the ability and the mechanics to even catch Devin? Because here's the thing.
He need the cooperation, and he got the cooperation.
Facts. That's my point. That's all my point was. He needed Devin to cooperate.
How many times is he going to do that going forward now?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
How many times is he going to do that? Because the reason why he gave him the assistance is because it was kind of personal for him. What's going to happen the next time if an opponent get under his skin? He going to get him assistance too?
But here's the thing. That's why I love Shakur Stevenson. Because they asked him what would he do if he was in Devin Haney's position. He said after the round 1, he said I'd have said F the fans.
Yeah, he said I was just going to be boring that night.
Literally, I was just going to be boring that night. And the truth is, bro, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Now, can I say this? That's the reason why the Tank Stevenson fight won't be big, blockbuster, because of statements like that. To me, you can't make statements like that and then think you're going to be the marquee guy. He gonna stay in Trenton. He ain't gonna be able to fight outside of Trenton talking like that, bro.
But here's the thing. To Shakur might look at it as that might be true, but I can be exciting tomorrow night. When I'm fighting Tank, I might not be alive tomorrow night.
Bro, you gotta be careful when you're out there like that and you're on his level. You can't be just reckless with words, bro. You don't want to. The fans are the ones that make you guys really who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of dudes that could probably fight. You know why we don't know who they is? Because motherfuckers ain't put the money behind them. People ain't went and seen them, ain't paid X amount of dollars, blah, blah, blah.
We saw 12 consecutive fights from Floyd that were just non-stop boring fights, bro. 12 consecutive fights where he was just putting on boxing clinics. And in my opinion, that's the most, he sold more pay-per-views than anyone else. So maybe it's the marketing outside the ring that you need to focus on. Because the truth is, Floyd weren't exciting no casual fans with his boxing style. When Floyd fought Andre Berto, that weren't exciting, bro. That was not exciting. When Floyd fought Pacquiao, that wasn't exciting, bro. But here's the
How
thing.
when you have God in the ring, how do you not feel like that's exciting?
No,
It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying me.
I don't
I'm not
understand
saying
where you
me.
coming from with that, man. Floyd was just Mr. Untouchable.
I'm not
You
saying
talking
me.
about?
I'm not saying me. I'm not saying I didn't find it exciting. I'm talking about the casual man that walks down the street.
I
He
know
wants
it.
to see
I get you. I get
he
you.
wants to see a Rocky movie, and Mayweather weren't putting out knockouts.
I
And
think Floyd took advantage of that lull in boxing that the heavyweight division had. Floyd came right in at the right time, kind of like Bird and Magic came into basketball just at the right time. You know what I mean? It was something missing, and boom, here come these guys. Boom, something missing in boxing.
you might be right because he was charging $100 a fight because there wasn't a Fury versus AJ or Canelo versus Benavidez if that fight happened. You know what I'm saying? When Mayweather was fighting, he Blunt is right that the world of boxing didn't have the same level and names as it has now. Like there are 3 or 4 fighters right now who are pay-per-view stars that
AJ, Tank, these
literally
type of guys. Yeah, you right.
Canelo.
Canelo to a certain extent. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
he
But
still gets a
He
large
back
amount.
leg,
he's
man.
still
He on
clocking
that
them. He's
last
still
leg,
clocking them
man.
numbers,
He a dirtbag too. I don't like
Ryan
him.
Garcia,
Let me,
even Ryan Garcia makes numbers.
yeah,
Even
let me
That's
get,
why I said Garcia to credit Tank's resume. I said Garcia for that reason, the ability to bring eyes, make the fight bigger than pundits may think it is based on Ryan Garcia is the world champion. He hasn't beaten anybody, but goddamn Ryan Garcia packing the house. So just
no,
saying, you got it.
I give you that. Like
Yeah,
I give
but
you that.
go
Ryan
ahead,
Garcia
go ahead. I don't want to
out.
hold it up.
Let me run through the
bad.
comments real quick because I'm hella behind. Tommy Dokes, he said Pacquiao was 5'5" and he went from 108 to almost 154.
that's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, bro, just because Pacquiao did it, that doesn't mean that it's normal. Like that's an abnormal.
Can I
thing.
ask a question real quick? It's controversial.
Yeah.
Because Shane brought it up earlier about where Tank's status is if he stopped right now. Is Tank above Pacquiao boxing legend?
Nah.
Easily behind. He's way behind.
Yeah, he's way behind. He's way behind.
Okay.
Tommy Dokes, he also
now we talking about a dude that's been got there flatline. I'm just saying.
He's still way behind.
We're talking about a dude who's an 8-weight world champion.
Okay, I just asked a question. Just ask a question.
He said, "Do we not give Tank any credit for him beating Ryan and Ryan going on to beat Devin, who was a pound-for-pound fighter?"
No, you can't because fucking Ryan Garcia was on some goddamn space juice. We don't know what the fuck that shit came off an asteroid or something, man. I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers is taking now, but you can't give them credit for that, bro. I can't.
And even if Ryan was clean, that's Ryan's work. That's not Tank's work. Styles make fights, bro.
Styles make fights, man. He said after getting beat by Tank, Pedraza went on to be a 135-pound champ. Barrios became the welterweight champ. Pitbull became a 140-pound champ. Ryan Smith, the 140-pound champ in Devin.
Can I get this one?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I love the fact that he said that because the guys who he beat have definitely become champion. When Pitbull Cruz became champion fighting Rolly, another guy Tank fought. That's a vacant strap. Barrios, vacant strap. None of these guys beat no elite fighters. None of those guys. None of those guys he just mentioned. Pedraza, none of them. They would beat
Did that happen after they fought Tank too? So you can't give Tank credit for what they did after fighting him also.
And my final point was, both Barrios, Ryan Garcia, he shouldn't even have said that because all of those dudes had rehydration clause on them as well. So you can make the argument that the reason why they lost the Tank was because they had a rehydration clause. The moment the rehydration clause was gone, they no longer had to. They fought better. You know, Ryan fought better against Devin because he had no rehydration clause. Same thing with Pitbull Cruz.
Agreed. Jo in the building. He said Tank has to KO Loma. A close decision won't work. Won't do it.
Tank will have to KO all of those dudes. He would have to KO Tank.
Yeah.
He would have to KO
Bro,
Loma.
all them dudes is going to sleep, bro. All them dudes is going to sleep. There is nobody whose chin at 140 or 135 can sustain those cobblestones. There's no fucking way in the world. 12 rounds of this dude pressing you like that.
The one person who I think will cause Tank the most problems is a motivated Teofimo Lopez. Why?
Man, if you don't get up out of here, this dude don't throw enough punches, man. Stop.
Yeah, but
Stop.
Here's the thing.
Stop. This motherfucker averaged 4 punches a round.
Teofimo.
Man, Teofimo does not have volume enough to keep Tank at bay to win rounds consistently.
Teofimo's got punch
and he can't box. He can't box better than Martin as far as off the back foot jabbing consistently.
Well,
1, 2.
I think so. I think he can.
A blunt. But the thing is though, Frank Martin ain't got no seasoning on them shots though.
Teofimo, let's really check his seasoning. He couldn't get rid of Cambosis. Is the seasoning really there? And Cambosis is sturdy, but come on now. You couldn't get rid of Cam, and you the bigger guy.
Teofimo ain't cracking.
I don't think he cracking like that, bro.
I asked you that. Is he cracking?
No, he ain't. Nah. He cracking the same amount Martin cracking.
Is it? His
knockout ratio is the same as Martin's. Tell me it's not.
Hold on.
Tell me it's not.
That's my first clip of the night or the day.
He has the same knockout ratio as Frank Martin.
Can I prove?
But Blunt. Hold on. He said he got the same knockout ratio. Blunt, you know, there's numbers and then it's your eyes. What your eyes see, bro?
My eyes tell me he needs cooperation to make his shots work. You're not going against a guy that's going to cooperate without the power of taking you out of there. So no way in the world Teofimo Lopez can withstand that. He don't have a boxing IQ.
You going against the question. Teofimo and Frank Martin, they got the same seasoning on their shots, bro.
About the same.
The reason why I know you don't believe that. I'll tell you why I know you don't believe that. Is because here's the thing, and I'm gonna relay it back to a comment that I've said many times before, which is the confidence that you have in Tank. Tank doesn't have in himself, and I'll tell you why. Because Teofimo Lopez was at 135 at the same time as Tank. He was at 135 at the exact same time as Tank. I've heard Tank talk about every fighter under the sun. Shakur, Devin, Loma. I've never heard him talk about Teofimo.
You know why? Because Teofimo ain't ringing no bells like that, bro. Look at the fight he get ready to get right now. They had to force dude into the top 10 of the WBO to make that fight even make any kind of sense.
One thing we do know about Teofimo Lopez is people don't walk through Teo. People don't walk through Teofimo Lopez. Bro, in his last few fights, he ain't walking through nobody either.
He don't have the volume to really dominate a Tank Davis. You gotta do what Frank Martin did and still be defensively sound for 12 fucking rounds to beat Tank Davis. Frank Martin had the game plan in the first 4 rounds to beat Tank. But at the same time, you had to continue to be defensively sound.
Does Devin have the attributes that you're talking about?
I believe he does, but at the same time, we know boxing is 85% mental. He allowed himself to have a mental slip in that fight with Garcia and listen to Dad and listen to the pundits like, yeah, you still got pop, you got pop. Go after this dude. You already dominating them boxing. Now go sit down. Sat down against a dude that was sandbagging. Like, what you supposed to do?
And the reason why I asked about Devin, and this is one of the main reasons why I asked about Devin, is because for me, when you're describing attributes, you've literally just described Devin Haney. Do what um do what Martin done, just but be defensively responsible. You're describing Shakur Stevenson.
But
These guys are
my
defensively
thing is,
responsible.
hold up, with them two dudes, we already know they're going to get hit. The difference is the guys that landed on them are not Tank Davis. That's the difference.
True. But you
That's
know
the
what, bro?
difference.
This is the thing. If I'm Devin and if I'm fighting Tank, there's mistakes that Frank Martin made that if I know for a fact Devin won't make, which is when Tank got close, Martin was afraid to tie up. You have to tie this dude up, bro. You have to when
No,
this guy
bro, can
you
hold
have
up.
to tie this dude up.
You man, he was tying up so much. It was detrimental to himself where he was tiring himself
Nah,
out,
bro.
and the referee was on his helmet about 3 times before I thought,
Nah, bro.
no,
Nah, bro.
one more tie up.
No,
I gotta see a point.
he was tying up. He was tying up when Tank was already walking him down. I'm talking about the first 2-3 rounds, bro. You got to initiate clinches because remember Frank Martin isn't Devin.
I can see where you coming from with that. I see where you coming from. Yeah, tie up a little early. Diversify your tie-ups.
Exactly.
Like he was consistent with the tie-ups when he was doing it. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
When Devin has almost got to use a Tyson Fury style that he used against Wilder, where you're not in terms of moving forward, but in terms of every time you get close and this guy's trying to let his hands go, grab this guy and use your size. Tank is afraid of people who are bigger than him. And when I mean afraid, I don't mean he's scared to fight them. I mean he is very cautious of people implementing their size on him. Bro,
He mentioned that old boy was strong in the tie-up game. And that's something to me that I don't see. He's not a guy that likes that. You know what I mean? Because Gamboa was trying to do it to him. He didn't like it. He was getting a little bit, frustrated with it.
A blunt. And the thing with Frank Martin, right? If I had to give him advice going into the Tank fight, a lot of the things that he did, I would have suggested. Is a few things that he didn't do. The main thing he didn't do, and I don't care how powerful a guy is, like you got to let them know at some point, like you're not gonna be chasing me around the ring all goddamn night. Like you got to put your foot. I know I'm with you. You got to put your foot in the ground, even if y'all come together and you got to clinch and got to wrestle with them a little bit. You have to pick moments in the fight where you're gonna plant your foot. He never did that.
That's why I like the way Andrade fought against Benavidez, because even though he lost, there was times in that fight where he's like, you know what, I can't sustain this fight moving backwards. I'm gonna have to meet this guy in the middle. I'm gonna have to meet this guy in the middle.
For me, Martin should have used opportunities when he was fresher to meet in the middle, and not to go toe to toe, but just say, yo, I'm not gonna back off. I'm a be right here. I can push off a little bit. I can try to turn you, force you off the sidestep. I didn't see no angle fighting from Martin. No, I didn't see one punch off an angle. Outside, I think he threw one when he was in the corner, and it was a counter little left hand he threw in the corner. But it was slightly on the angle, but really wasn't because he was stuck in the corner. So I didn't see him really chip and turn.
Hey, Blunt, you know what I was looking for in that fight, because I knew Martin was gonna move. I was like, when a guy is comfortable going forward, they're gonna get 3 or more full steps before they get to their guy.
Meet him at the second step.
Tank was taking about 4 or 5 steps.
You gotta meet him at step 2.
You gotta meet him. You gotta meet him
at step 2.
You gotta meet. Yeah, you gotta
meet him at step 2.
Yeah,
because
you gotta
here's the thing, and why I was upset with Martin more than anything. Not really upset, but why I was disappointed. The reason why I was disappointed was because he's a southpaw. Tank's not used to fighting other southpaws. So when Tank's creating the angle, Because remember, Tank started the fight trying to process and get the timing. When Tank's trying to set up the angle for his left hand, for me, he kept circling into that left hand. He didn't force Tank to use that right hand enough.
Hey, your boy, the trainer, was all over him for that too. He was like, "Yo,
Yeah,
what are you doing? You keep going the wrong way."
yeah.
He was on it. So the trainer was in the fight. He was trying to get him to do the right thing. For some reason, it just didn't compute. And the reason was them shots started landing. He started feeling it, bro. And I just, I thought they didn't
Blunt,
engage early enough. You got to engage
Blunt.
the man early. And engaging is meet him right there and move the upper body. Give the legs a bit of a rest. Push off, shoulder roll, sidestepping. Keep it right in this pocket where I'm not burning every single element out. Because when you moving, you trying to stay arms tight, so your arms is locked in, everything tight, and you working so much lower body and you so tense upwards. I thought he took himself out the fight with that style, bro. He should have gave
I
him
agree.
different looks.
I agree 100%.
And
I
he
think
had,
that,
my thing is, he has the physical attributes to do what I'm saying.
yeah,
He
and it's
physically has the tools. A dude that's played running back, a dude that's wrestled. So this dude knows how to pivot. He knows how to turn a guy. He's a guy that can lean back, let shit go by him. I didn't really see that. I just saw that back foot jab, 1-2, trying to get his straight left off, which he did at times. We seen some damage on Tank face. That brings me back to my earlier comment of, can Tank really sustain that against guys of Frank Martin's size that are in the 140s and come out better on the other side? You
he's
understand
gonna
what I'm
have
saying?
to. Yeah, when he fights these elite guys, yeah, he can't fight the same way. I think we're all in agreement with that. He's gonna have to show different elements in his game because that street, I'm just gonna walk you down and that's it. Loma's not going for that. Shakur's not going for that. They're too versatile for that. Tank is gonna have to dig into his bag against the higher level guys. So I think we're
But
all
he
in
would.
agreement with that.
I thought he dug into the bag though. You know where
Who,
he was
Tank?
digging to the bag at?
Yeah,
He
he
started pot shotting to that body. He
he
started
started
getting to
pot
that
shotting to his
body.
body. You know what else he did, Blunt? If you notice, all of his pad work, I'm talking about in the back, all of his pad work was 45-degree shots. Them awkward
Oh yeah,
angle
that's where the
shots.
uppercut came
When he
from,
was,
off
yeah,
the
the upper.
45.
I'm talking about the ones from up top coming down, them chopping shots.
Oh
All
yeah.
his pad work
Oh
was that.
yeah. Because
If
you
I,
seen him when Martin was ducking in the corner, everything was coming off the top.
yeah,
Everything was,
Tank,
and he was
listen,
bringing it down on top of him. So yeah, he
Tank
was
got a
feeling it.
bag. Tank got a bag. We just
They don't give him credit for it.
when you know you seeing a great fighter, you want to see them dig as deep into their bag as they possibly can, and that's
He
all
didn't
this
have to
is.
in this one.
He didn't have to, but I'm talking about for future reference. If he's fighting the
I
Lomas and
think
he's
he
still,
can. You know what we
I think
seeing
he
that
can too.
we saw it in the Cruz fight. We seen him
Yeah,
fight
yeah, yeah.
beautiful off the back foot with a
Yes,
guy trying to press him, a guy that
yes.
thinks he's as strong as him. You know what I mean? We saw him fight. Maybe could have threw a little bit more volume in that fight, but I thought he fought intelligently. Didn't get himself in
Yes.
a lot of danger. So yes, we see a
He went in
diversified
his
Tank.
bag with the Rolly fight. He went into his bag
Oh
with
yeah,
the Rolly fight.
I
He
think
got the
I
bag
debate
for
he
sure.
that was a fight to me. He wanted it to come to him. He didn't want to go chase the bigger
Well,
guy.
he said going into the fight, he said, "Yo, Rolly a strong ass dude. Like I can't go in there bullshitting around." You know what I'm saying? So Tank is listen. When you look at Tank fight, man, like Tank different. Like he's a different type of fighter. Like you got to give it to him. He's a different type of
Can
fighter.
I ask my guy a question while he here? Your
But
guy Ben Whitaker, does that
He's not my guy.
style?
He's not my guy. He's not my guy.
I mean, does that style do anything against any
I mean, my opinion.
any anybody on our side? Because these
My
guys on the side are athletic, a lot more accurate. You fighting Africans over there, slow
my,
ass white boys.
my
Um,
opinion on Ben Whittaker's been I've said it many times, and I'm like, I'm gonna judge Ben Whittaker when he fights someone that doesn't drive an ice cream van. And yesterday he didn't drive. He didn't fight a guy who drove an ice cream van. He fought a guy that holds the mitts, and he still went 12 rounds. So for me, There's the thing is, Ben Whitaker is screwed. I've said this many times. The only benefit Ben Whitaker has is that he's young. But the reason why he's screwed is because 175 is a division where you can't play. Historically, it's a division you can't be playing, dancing, doing all that. You can't. The thing is, at this time, we have a guy named Beterbiev and Bivol in the top of your weight class. I'm only going to compare you to them.
Can
Now,
I ask you a
one
question?
second.
I got a name for you. Roll up. Can he beat Jesse Hart?
Can he beat Jesse Hart? No, no chance.
Nah.
No chance. But the thing is, this is my point. Like, what makes it even worse is Benavidez is now moved in this division. Morel's now moving in this division. Like, bro, it is actually a minefield right now. And yeah, they're gonna move him slowly, but he hasn't shown me anything that I haven't seen anything from him that shows me he will win at elite level. He will win at British level, maybe even European level, but he will never win at elite level. Not he won't reach a Bivol level, Beterbiev level, or Benavidez level. None of those guys, you know.
He's off to a good start. I'll definitely give him that. What is he? What 9-0 now?
9-0. He's literally fought nothing but ice cream man. Ice cream men,
Yeah.
guys who give out, pamphlets in church every Sunday. Like he does not do any. Like, trust me, the guys.
I mean, at 9-0, you not forcing him too fast. How old is he? What, like 23, something like that? 22, something?
No, but what you are doing is building bad habits. You're building bad habits.
Yeah,
No, his style. No, I think his style is the market. So yeah, I don't know if you're building bad habits because he'll do that same style against Beterbiev, against Jesse Hart.
Well, then you're getting knocked out. You can't fight with your hands down against Benavidez. You can't fight with your hands down against Bivol.
Oh, I got one for you. Does he beat Joe Smith right now?
And he gets knocked out.
I think he could beat a Joe Smith.
He gets knocked out, bro.
I think he can beat a Joe Smith. Because he has the speed.
Legend, Joe Smith.
I'll tell you this now.
Hold on, let you answer. Let you answer. Go ahead.
No, he doesn't beat him. No, Joe Smith.
A 42-year-old Joe Smith.
Yeah, he still got experience, and he still got pop. So I would say no.
Boy.
I asked the question and I don't even have an answer for it. I gotta think about that.
I ain't gonna lie. My God, I respect Hart. I think he can't beat that style. I don't think Joe Smith or Hart have the accuracy to beat that style.
I believe Edgar Berlanga moves up. If he moved up to 75 today, will knock Ben Whitaker out. Bro, you guys really, bro, trust me, he's fighting.
That's a nice fight. That is a nice fight. I actually give me two more fights with Whitaker.
Oh, hey, Blunt, hold on real quick. Shane, like take away the antics. What do you see from him? Just pure boxing. Just what do you see from him?
I don't think he has great power. Because when he does land them counter punches, a lot of those shots come from an angle, which means a lot of the shots the guy who he's fighting, they can't see the shot, but they're still taking the shot because he fights a lot on the angle, which I give him credit for. He throws a lot of punches at angles where fighters can't see, but they still stand up to it, which means he doesn't have elite punch power. He doesn't have great hand skills defensively, but he does have good speed and athleticism.
He has great reaction.
What about his feet?
He has great reaction. I think his footwork is not elite, but it's B level right now.
It's good enough.
It's B level right now for sure.
Yeah, it's good enough. It's definitely good enough. I would say his feet level is good enough for the level that he's at right now. Especially when there is no one at that division that's a Lomachenko. There's no
stalker. Yeah, somebody that can really cut the ring off.
Yeah,
he ain't fought that yet, but I think he has decent athleticism and reaction.
We have British level fighters right now, like Anthony Yard, Joshua Boatsi, and I think both of them cook him. I think both Joshua Boatsi and Anthony Yard cook him. I think both of them.
Right now, yeah. I believe he needs a step up. I think he's fighting D's. He maybe have fought a C probably already.
No.
He ain't fought no C's yet.
He ain't fought no D's, bro. He's fought an F's. He's
Okay.
4 Fs, bro. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
I need right now in the 3-fight run. You give me a D, give me 2 Ds and a C, and you can do that within the next year. He should be ready in a year,
Hey,
bro. He should be
hey,
ready.
Hey Shane, if give me one fighter Ben Whitaker can fight,
That would
and
be a
Ben
good
Whitaker
test for
gets
him.
the victory, and it turns your opinion on him.
Well, if you watch a couple weeks ago, on the Saudi card, there was Craig Richards versus Willie Hutchinson.
He
They're
beats
both.
Craig Richards and Willie Hutchinson.
That's the level that I would want to see him in with. That's the
And
level
that's
that
to me, Craig
They're
Richardson is a downgrade from a B to a C with the couple losses he's taken recently to me. So I think those are the names that we talk about. I need on his resume for me to say.
Facts.
And for Eastern guy from our side, I'm putting out a Jesse Hart because I believe Jesse's at that C level right now, and I think he can beat Jesse. I think Jesse doesn't have the activity that can sustain that type of movement and really press that movement.
Another guy from your side of your part is Marcus Brown. You know, he's a C-level fighter.
Yeah, guy and took some damage last couple.
Good name.
That's a good name. It's a good name.
If you're managing Ben Whitaker, if you had to pick a guy, you want to see where he at. Who you going with?
I'll be honest, bro. If I'm Ben Whitaker, the benefit he has is he's trendy, you know. And if I
got a better question. Would you stay on your side for the next name, or would you come to our side for the next name? That's a better question.
I will stay on this side of the street because Ben Whitaker's packing. Like he pause. He's packing stadiums, bro. Like he's packing. He bringing them
out. That's what I figured. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to bring him up because he's a hot topic right now.
If he was to go to America, he wouldn't sell no. He ain't gonna sell no pay-per-view numbers. He ain't gonna sell no seats.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know that's incorrect because we know they got a lane for us for a crowd over here with their connection with ESPN. So that's an automatic lane to the US market. And
but US people ain't gonna want to see Ben Whitaker. He's not a name in America. So why
would US people like boxing characters. That's why people support an AB. And it's not because what really done in the ring of late. It's because of the character that he's continued to be.
No, you're right. Can we talk about something? Because I want to talk about something before I jump off.
Let's go.
Matias Poro. Did you guys watch the fight yesterday?
Yeah, I missed it. Recorded this morning.
I missed it.
Bro, it's crazy. I mean, Matias was supposed to be the boogeyman in the 140 division. Liam Poro beat him. I mean, like, I was so shocked by how I don't even know the word.
But he fought with Shane. But he fought like he was reading the newspaper clippings though. That's how he fought. He thought, okay, I'm once I touch him, he's out of there. Like he was reading his own press clippings.
It reminded me, you know what fight it reminded me of? You know when Teofimo first moved up to 140 and he fought Sandor Martin?
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. He thought as soon as I touch this dude, he's gonna go. And when he didn't go, it was like, what's plan B? And the benefit that Teofimo had was, I would say Poro had Sandor Martin had already taken a defeat, so he didn't want it as much as Poro. Poro wanted it yesterday, and Matias didn't expect that, bro. He expected the dude to come for a paycheck, and Poro came to win.
Yeah,
I look at it this way. I want to see the rematch. I gotta see Pulo Poro again. I gotta see that. I gotta see 2. I gotta see part 2 of that one. I think that was a perfect set.
Eddie Hearn said there's no rematch clause.
No. Him and Pulo fought already.
Oh, Pulo, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see that. We gotta run that one back.
He just beat Antoine Russell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After the victory yesterday, I think that's set up.
Yeah, but the thing about that is everybody was talking about Gary Russell. I'm like, Puello was undefeated and a former champ. Like, you know what I'm saying? 22-0. Like, so I'm like, he wasn't fighting no slouch.
Puello, but this is the thing about Puello. Puyo ain't gonna want that work with Matias. Puyo's gonna want a world title. He's gonna want to go in there with Pitbull Cruz. He's gonna want to go in there with
Cruz is not a
Devin
good
Haney.
style for him. He don't have the movement to me I think to be effective against
Can I ask you guys,
Cruz.
who's the best at 140? Because there's a lot of names. I can name maybe 10, 15.
Best at 140 right now. I mean,
It's wide open. It's wide
I
open.
got right now. I gotta put Poirot up there, bro. I got it right now because he got Sting and he can box. That's the thing at 140 that it's a few of them have. You know what I mean?
He was turning Russell crazy,
bro. He can box and he got pop, bro.
But how good was Antoine Russell? Because I'll be honest,
Antoine Russell is
because
Russell.
Do you remember the Postal fight when Russell fought Postal?
He didn't look outstanding to me. He had bad moments. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Russell is the guy because of the name, because of the background, you know what I mean, coming from a boxing lineage and things like that. So he had the platform to be that guy, still on that same platform, not knocking him because it was a scrappy fight. His accuracy has just not impressive with how accurate he needs to be with a guy that don't have diversity with punches. Like he throws the same punches over and over, and if you're not accurate with those punches, bro, you gotta maybe shorten them.
But you know what? You know why?
That's a great question, bro. I actually don't have an answer for that right now. But
Well,
there's not one clear-cut guy at 140.
I put Poirot up there right now.
The reason why I asked that question is because there is a lot of names at 140.
Oh yeah.
We are nowhere near a undisputed champion at 140, and the thing is,
even a pound for pound guy at 140.
No, we
don't even got a pound for pound guy at 140.
You got Devin Haney there still, and
he's not a pound for pound guy at 140, bro. Because to me, pound for pound, you gotta give me some KOs. I gotta see you done put a couple people on the butts.
But here's the thing. The reason I ask, in my opinion, if you put Devin against Pitbull, I'm picking Devin. If you put Devin in against
Bro, I think Pitbull is right under that Tank type of strength, and if he lands flush on a Haney after this Ryan KO, after being clipped by Georgie or Jorge, it could be curtains for my dude Devin, man.
Yo, let me run through these last few comments.
I need to get up out of here too. I've been on air for a minute.
The historian says, salute, fellas. Salute to you. My God, DM3. What's good, family? What's going on with you? Levi said, Tank just different. He'll adjust to any fighter during the fight and get him out of there. He'll walk Devin Haney and Shakur. They have no power down. And as soon as they get touched, it'll get dark from there. Sarah said, Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, love.
Appreciate that for sure. And the thing, so Levi, the thing about your statement is that's very possible. Like, and the thing is, everybody, I think pretty much everybody on the panel, there's a pretty good chance Tank beats Shakur and Loma. Like, Tank is that good. Like, we just want to see it. That's it. Like, we're not questioning whether he can or can't.
I think we are going to see it with the 6-fight deal.
I think we're getting
it was a 7-fight deal. You 1 fight down. Like he said, his mind is set on fulfilling the contract, doing his job. That's what he's here for. I think the man is focused.
Why we might see is because they're running out of names over there on that.
Yeah,
that's why I said.
Bro? Listen. Before we go, I know we all got to roll. I'm going to ask this one question. Y'all let me know, should Tank even entertain this? Would you have Tank, if you're running Tank's career, is there a couple guys at 47 that's kind of out of the prime that you would throw Tank against? Go ahead.
Perfect night. Thurman.
Legend, did I not say that yet last night?
Thurman.
I said that last night.
I wouldn't. You wouldn't?
Why?
Because I don't see what.
No, to me, no. Hold up. Not now. That's to me. That's That's the sixth fight. That's
What does
a
that do for
seven.
Tank?
That's an extra contracted fight. He's at the end of his career. That's what I said. That's something you do at the end. Like, okay, let me jump up. Let me take this. Let me take a. You know what I mean? Like, that's something you do at the back end.
It's weird because it's like it's literally exactly what we've just seen Benavidez do, where Benavidez moved up and fought Volzic and a Relica yesterday. I mean, what does that? You didn't fight Bivol or Beterbiev, so what is the benefit for Tank fighting Thurman other than monetary?
No, that's why. To me, it makes sense later in your career where you struggle with weight a little bit.
Talking about now.
I don't now. Right now, no, not now.
I don't see the point.
No,
I don't see the point.
You did it. No.
Hey,
even though I ain't gonna lie, I think he knocks Thurman out right now, but I wouldn't fight him right now.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, I think no. I'm being honest. I think he knocks Thurman out right now, but I still wouldn't fight him.
Gotcha.
Because it doesn't. The number one reason it won't financially make any sense. Thurman is like a dinosaur in these boxing streets right now, bro. So, you know what I mean? Hard to resurrect a dinosaur and get the people to come out and see this motherfucker. Yeah. People don't even believe in dinosaurs anymore.
I was just saying that I saw a post where Bob Aaron said if Tank does get past, Frank Martin, he's really going to try to work on him and Loma. I mean, I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
I think it's possible too. To be honest with you, because I'm like, Loma and Shakur is not for me. That's not going to move the needle. Not for me. And I like both guys. It's just some matchups I just don't like. I really don't like that matchup.
We know it's not going to move the needle because they haven't made it yet. They've been on the same side of the street for years. They ain't once tried to make. I'll tell you what fight they're going to make though. Muratuya versus Shakur. When Muratuya beats Tevin Farmer, 22-0, they're going to put him in there with Shakur. Mark my words. Trust me. They're going to put him in there with Shakur Stevenson.
Probably. Oh, hey. What about I know he's been like off the radar a bit, but he's been winning. What about Tevin Farmer? Hasn't he been buzzing a little bit?
No, he's got a next fight. He's fighting Muratuya next. That's his next fight on the Teofimo Lopez undercard. He's gonna get cooked on that fight as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit Pat. It's over for your boy, man. I got love for him and shit, man. But Mr. Sleepy Eye, it's a done data.
Yo. But it's a lot of guys out here with a name and they just haven't been fighting or they just off the radar. Like, I mean, there's a lot of them like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I know we gotta get up out of here, man. But this was a throwback for sure. This is about close to an hour and a half strong. You know what I'm saying? So like I said last week, we're gonna try to make this like every Sunday and just get some type of consistency. Nice crowd in here too, though. Like we had a nice crowd.
Appreciate everybody.
Nice crowd. Hey Shane, give them your social media, brother.
I_am Shane, the same always been.
Hey man, shout out the other show too, bro.
Oh yeah, no, that's my brother, my friend's channel. Like one of my friends' channel where we do like this show. It's just like
was it only facts?
Only Facts Boxing, yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to them, man. Definitely go check them out. Legend, give them your social media and all that, bro.
Yeah, Instagram, The Legend 3347, Facebook, Ty Finney Podcast, in this corner.
Until
we get Blunt's.
I'm back. I'm on the gram. Y'all wake up to my top 5, my pound for pound. Y'all,
can you please drop that, bro?
It's gonna be on in the morning. I gotta work on it. Everything I gotta do everything on the computer. Take me a lot longer.
See that, bro.
Yeah, y'all gonna see my top 5. I just want y'all to put them in what order they are. That's just cool. My guys. Y'all put them in order for me.
And ask your question: is you sticking your list?
You'll see it in the morning. You'll see it in the morning. That's all I can say. You'll see it in the morning. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to be very surprised, but it's a very interesting list, and I think it's a legitimate list, and it has to be answered. It needs to be spoken about. We're in the middle of the year. A lot of the big names that did they thug thizzle coming into 24, starting 24. So you know what I mean. Let's we still got guys that's coming up, putting it, ready to put in work. You know what I'm saying? And I also have a question about what the boy Crawley gonna do. Is Crawley gonna put up a better effort than what Martin put up?
No, he's out. He's out, bro.
He's out. He's out.
What happened?
He's out.
He got
He
injured,
had an
eye injury. They replaced him with Avanesian.
David Avanesian.
I mean, both of them cupcakes compared to Boots. So
also,
it's gonna be a pizza party.
But Everson Gabu, we should be dropping that. We should be doing that interview this week. I held off on it because I was like, I knew the cruiserweight fights was coming up, so this week would be a good time to tap in with him.
That was a good.
Yeah, and his partner too, Jackson Shark. We're gonna talk to him as well, and get that out this week. So this was
you should do a joint one with Ty Finney, because Ty Finney's been killing the interviews recently.
Yeah, he been killing it. Definitely go check him out. He's about 22,
like 22, yeah, 21, 22. So
yeah, he's about 22 interviews deep, man. And it's not easy getting these interviews. Just for the record, they're not easy. To be 22 in right now is crazy to me. I don't have the patience for that shit.
Yeah, cancellations. I really don't have the patience, bro.
Yeah, but I told Ty Finney last night. I gave him his flowers last night. I was like, to be able to pull that off, especially with what you got going on outside of the scope.
Literally. Unless you ask me to do an interview, I will not be going out of my way to do anything.
Straight up, man. So big shout out to Ty Finney, the legend, man, and that's that's just coming from a humble place from all of us. That's just not. I see one wrong word in the email and I'm done. I'm tapped out. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you, man. But we're gonna tap back in next Sunday. Definitely follow our social medias and just catch up with us prior to that. You can find me all over the place, man. G5 Jeff TV, ain't nothing really changed. Vlog gonna get back into it. We're gonna work on
the gram.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the gram, then venture out back to the YouTube thing and start dropping consistent content. Finney's been dropping consistent since day one.
Salute.
You know what I mean? Salute to you for sure, man. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. So as far as the Goodfellas podcast, Ty Finney, appreciate you stopping through. Blunt, big bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make this a every Sunday thing.
Sunday boxing conversations, baby.
Yes,
we gotta have it.
Yes, indeed, man. So listen, on behalf of Ty Finney, the legend, Boxing First Vlog, aka Blunt, your boy G5 Jeff TV, man. We're gonna see y'all next Sunday.
Peace.
All right, peace out.